What's up, world? Summit Fitness here with a very important message to you. My suggestion for all people pondering, wondering, second guessing, even if it was paralysis by analysis, start now. Train now. Work on your health. Go for a long walk. Do some little push ups. Do some assisted squats. Do some jogging. Find an activity that really just gets you in it to win it. Start now. It doesn't matter if you're somebody who is a mental person, a wizard as I call them, and not a warrior, and you just all you do is just read and not take action. It doesn't matter if you were a warrior who was ignorantly aware of just ignorantly, just doing things. I'm kind of gonna rant here, but start now. You don't have to wait for trouble to get to you to start now. When trouble gets to you, sometimes it's too late. Take action. Read something, learn something, check out a YouTube video. Who cares if it was one of the latest fads? At least you started something. That's the most important thing that I have to tell you. Start something. Don't be the person to conjure up a plan and there's no action. Don't be somebody without a goal or any intentions, or just don't be that person. Whether if you're 50, if you're 60, if you're 80, if you're 20, if you're 7, start with some kind of physical exercise, some form of fitness. The body, the mind, spirit, soul in unison, all in tandem together, feed off of movement, feed off of health. The longer you take, the harder things become. Why? Because you're more embedded into your habits. It takes longer for you to get a shake, and by shake I mean it takes something really, really big or tremendous, like a note from the doctor. Hey Bobby, you have cancer or osteoarthritis, or your cholesterol level is way too high, or you're at risk of a heart attack, or whatever the case may be, or your blood pressure. You don't need that to start something. Just start light, start slow, start at your own pace. I can't tell you how many times I've just seen this story where the the littlest things became a huge issue and could be solved just by training. And it isn't the fact that training is we're looking for aesthetics or we're looking to build muscle or anything like that. We're looking for functionality of the human body, of the human organ, of the human system, of the mind. There's something truly special when you start working on yourself physically. What happens to you mentally? And when you work on yourself physical, you're working on the mental aspects as well. There's nothing like the ability of physical fitness, physical health. You're able to access it anytime. Right now, as I'm talking, I can start doing squats and push-ups. Right now, as you're listening to me on your car ride, you can make the conscious decision to do, seated calf raises, whatever, or work on breath work, or start wiring your mind to think positively about yourself, to look at yourself from a better standpoint. Do it now, before you're like in your 60s. You can start in your 60s, it's just a little harder, don't get me wrong, but why not begin early, where your body already has it ingrained in its system to start doing movement, to start doing basic mobility drills, basic mechanics like push-ups, squats, running, jogging. You lose the ability to do these things the older you get. And it's not like a classic saying that the older you are, the less likely you are to be doing amazing things like push-ups and handstands. Believe me, there's guys in their 80s who are more fit than guys in their 20s. But what I'm saying is, if you don't do something, the body gets good at what you don't do also, So if you don't go running or long walks or are able to take stairs, you lose that ability. It's just that easy. The situation in life doesn't care for what you're thinking. To be truthful, it's more about what you're doing. Yes, what you think you do become, and of course the actions follow with that. But what I'm trying to tell you is that if you are somebody who's sick, the sickness doesn't care for you. The sickness is going to do a good job at doing what it's doing, and that's making you sick until you take action and get rid of it. just start. Don't jack off your 20s, man. Don't jack off your 19-year-old, your teenager years. Don't waste your 50s and your 40s. When you're 30, you look back and you be like, damn, I had all this time in my 20s. When you're 40, you look back, you're like, I had all this time in my 30s. When you're 50, now the tragedy occurs. And that's when you start real late. Now, sometimes there's some people who are just go-getters and they're ready to get it, and good things happen. I'm trained clients who just started in their 50s and their 60s. But man, you don't know how easy it is to just start earlier. So why not just start now? If you haven't started earlier, start now. Take action. Take action. Wake up.